After the sports festival, Mr. Nadai would have sent a letter to a young Izu Tatsuma. A young Izu Tatsuma. Nada would have sent a letter of assistance to Izu Tatsuma. Due to having problems with the Yakuza, or trying to find evidence of the Yakuza. Over this, Midoriya would eventually comply, due to a couple attempts. Why a couple attempts? Due to him not really having a liking towards Night Eye. Night Eye is too strict, and Night Eye follows the law, which annoys Deku. Like, when I mean law, I mean he's kind of in a bad way, like Ida is. Like, any small thing can kind of, drive him to, that point, like Ida did during the stain attack, so, yeah. If anything, I get a feeling that I'll be teaching you things, not I. Anyways, we are looking for a child and the leader of the Yakuza, Kei Chisaki. Quirk, dangerous. Deconstruction and reconstruction on a molecular level. As soon as he touches you, he can either deconstruct you or reform or recreate your hand. And it is also shown he has some manipulation towards elements as well. Elemental user of some sort. A very high degree. What is he? A class? S class? I mean, I'm pretty sure, depending on his personality, I can probably count him as A class. But for you morons, you probably chose him as S class, due to his quirk alone. I have heard some documents. I believe Nezu put some documents on my desk about the quirk erasing bullets after I ended class. These quirk erasing bullets can only be done by a quirk, from what I can tell. I don't know who or what. All I know is that in any physical or plant-like substances in our world, none of them have the ability to take away quirks. The only things I've seen is the quirks themselves able to take away their own priorities. Similar to Eraserhead's quirk. It erases the quirk. From what I'm guessing, whoever has this quirk isn't just a erasing quirk like Aizawa's, but this quirk is also a lot more potent version of Aizawa's quirk. Even so, due to all quirks being, yes, very similar, or exact same, just with different looks, or different priorities, or aspects to the quirk, I'm guessing it has to either do something with their blood, either their blood, quirk itself, maybe looks, undoubtedly. From what I can tell, it has to do something with turning the quirk itself off on the human body. I don't know what for sure, but what I can see, it targets one quirk. Yes, let's say, from what I can tell, I might be wrong, but from what I can tell, all the heroes that were shot with these quirk erasing bullets only had one quirk. Meaning that they only go for the main quirk. The bullet itself, or chemicals inside the bullets, go for the main quirk, or original quirk that the host had. Meaning that this can be a very dangerous opponent, but at the same time, depending on what's his view of the world, or why he is doing this, depends on his ranking of villainy. In my personal opinion, I don't think he's S class, but a midway A class. And trying to put him up to a Z class? I doubt that. Someone with that amount of power would have already taken over this city if he was a Z class. Even so, we haven't seen any Z class villains at all in history. Except for a couple points, but besides that, that's all. I'll help you. The only reason is because I don't know who the supplier is. I need more information upon this. And if so, I'll find out a way to reverse the effects of the singularity of the quirk when it is shot with the quirk erasing bullet. If it is able to be taken away, it's able to be re-given permanently. If the quirk erasing bullet itself is permanent, there's probability of it being a cure. Of course, if it's a permanent bullet of erasing your quirk, it means that when you do somehow get your quirk back by the cure or whatnot, your quirk will be a bit weaker, or will be weakened dramatically. It'll be weakened dramatically by at least half. It'll be cut into 70% of the power will be cut in half, meaning that you'll have to retrain your quirk to re-enter the level you once were at. Of course, usually a lot of quirks' downfalls don't really have this aspect, meaning that for small quirks it'll be a lot more harder or impossible to even return their quirks if it's a small quirk, like a little mutation or a little type of quirks. At least to a C range or A range of quirks. That will be probably, it will take a couple years to regain their quirks, even given the cure. It would take a couple years to regain their quirks. It really depends on how fast the supplier is, really. If the supplier's ability is automatic, he can automatically give it back. Which, if so, it's unknown, but I'll join you in your excavation. Extravaganza. Of course, I was invited to Island, though. Melissa, no, was it Melissa Shield? No, I believe it was David Shield. I can't remember which of the two invited me, but I was invited by one of the two Shields. I don't know why, honestly. They just invited me. Probably due to my brutality and the way I use my quirk. Unlike Reiko, the dragon hero, I don't hold myself back. And the way I do treat villains are different to what I treat people. I treat them depending on their personality. If they're pure evil, I will show no remorse on breaking and stealing their bones. But if they're forced to be a villain by society, specifically the hero organization members of the council, then I will understand and I will show them mercy. If anything, I should know everything about it. Now, where was the last scene's instance of the last coordinates that they were appeared at? Near Hosu City, in Town Square. We didn't see anything. All we saw was a briefcase that they were holding. Interesting. Not I. You got very little information, but yet I have come up with more things than you have. I guess it is acceptable due to you always being a stick-up. Of course, that's truthfully. If you weren't always reliant on your quirk, honestly, your personality would be perfect if it was always revolving around your quirk. Just because you can see the future, meaning you think you're invincible and can take anyone on. Or at least anyone that isn't the level of All Might. You'll still try, it's just your ignorance and foolishness that gets ahead of you. That leads to your downfall. I know my weaknesses. Yes, my weaknesses are very few, but I still know them, like the back of my hand. And I avoid any instance of any existence of my weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses, and I mean everyone. The people who don't have weaknesses are those who have nothing to lose. Which those villains, or if you can even call them that, those are people who are treated terribly by this corrupted society. Of course, I still became a teacher at UA, but I mean, it does. I'm not gonna lie, it does give very good pay. Not gonna lie, especially since my quirk gives me somehow privilege, which on my part, it's not the fact that I use my quirks, the fact that I'm part technical animal or natural mythical dragons. Which every time I walk into Nezo's office, he always jumps up, not knowing what type of predator is after him. Or it's just made on instinct, realistically. Dragons go for everything. They have no fear, which of course also leads to their downfall. I've been having a lot of information come to my office lately, as you see. As Tatsuma, technically. Actually, no, it is Tatsuma, since his father is Endeavor, and then his mother's Reiko, so yeah. As you see, hold up. As Midoriya would walk out of the office and start dragging a load, or I'll say a 30-meter box, with maybe 10 height, 30-meter box wide. A lot of papers. Just on and on of papers. Because Deku doesn't just take, stuff from UA. He doesn't, take jobs from just UA. He also takes jobs from other hero organizations, support heroes. I believe they're support heroes, normal heroes, rescue heroes. He takes, jobs from, everything. He takes jobs from everyone. So, practically, yeah. And yes, I mean everyone. If you know what I mean when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Specifically the one I'm talking about, if you know what the manga is all about, and, the certain corruption that you know from the manga, or certain hero organization that, goes with the manga, you should know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the Eternal Faculty offers me another job. Kill Kichisaki. I'm not surprised. Anyways, I have all these job offers and whatnot. I got all these today, by the way. Or at least, this is the year worth of work, at least. I've kind of took in a lot of things. A lot of these are mid-class to low-class to maybe somewhat some gang class is. And I got the Yakuza over here. I got some information over here. I have a lot of information. Of course, this isn't all of it. I have an entire warehouse full of them. Don't ask how many jobs I'm offered a day. Or, no, not a day, a year. I have now 3 year worths of job applications. Sorry. PTSD from working too long. Still haven't slept. Anyways. So, the Yakuza, right? From what I can tell, they've been running around with a child named Eri. Of course, due to you declining offerings of showing any type of information, I've decided upon myself to go on my own information. Child is Eri. From what I can tell, there's no last name of Eri. If so, it would be similar to the... what was his name? Either related to Chisaki, which is probably not true, or related to their old boss. Or technically the boss that's in a coma for like, I believe, 5 years now? 7? It's been a while since I checked. Don't worry though, I'll go with... what is your name, young one? I'm Mirio. What was the big three's name again? Tamaki, Nejire, and Mirio. I'll take Tamaki. I'll take Tamaki. Tamaki sounds like he wouldn't ask many questions, so I'll take him. Come on, Tamaki. You come with me. As Tamaki would, go with Deku. So, you want to get a burger after this? I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten in like a day or so. So, yeah. I think we should be worried about... honestly, I think we should be worried about the mission instead of food. I mean, isn't your quirk technically based around food? I mean, everyone I ever met, honestly, from like every hero to every student, realistically, I always have this on them. As he shows a file. Everyone I ever meet, I always have their file. People barely know anything about me. And I'm grateful for that. I'm like a ghost. Plus, I don't like the spotlight, so... the only reason I chose you, Tamaki, is because you seem shy and you seem like you need some praise. So after I defeat this dude called Overhaul, I believe his villain name is, I'll just give the credit to you. I don't like the heat, honestly. The only reason I'm here is just to be that person who's like always gets the job done. So I'll just give you it. Why would you give me credit, though? You seem like a person who needs it, realistically. Cheer up, man. Come on. I know we're going after dangerous villain, but he can't be that bad. Especially a big burger, man. I've been waiting for those for like, what? Entire year now? I've been training for so long. I'm pretty hungry, honestly. I need to stop thinking about food. So, I believe they said Eri... I mean, we don't have a close near appearance, but from what I can tell, this skit I created from all angles of the child is about longish hair, silverish hair, red eyes, very timid and shy due to whatever reason. She always has these bandages on her. Don't really know why. Maybe from what I can tell, due to them being Yakuza, maybe abuse of some kind. Why are you so relaxed about this? Aren't you worried about the mission and how it can go wrong? Nah, Tamaki, realistically. The amount of stuff I've been through, I don't really care anymore. I mean, as long as the mission is successful, I don't really care. The amount of pain I've suffered in my lifetime is more than to make a person like me either die of depression or just numb to pain and just emotion in general. But as you see me, I'm like your friend Mary. I'm very pitchy. Nah, that'd be a little rude. I'll say a little hyper when it comes to the happy emotion. Or like the girl that was close to you, I believe Nedre? Haran? Something similar to that. Tamaki, yeah. Majiki. Transformation quirk varies. That's all they have on your file. Or at least the main file that the public needs to know about you. On the other hand, has the other file, the actual important one. Everything or any type of animal you eat, you're able to practically use those portions of the animal. Or at least a portion of the animal's power. Like using, if you eat a squid, you get squid tentacles, bird feet, or bird hand, whatever you prefer, realistically. Kind of like a shapeshifter, but without the limit of shapeshifting, practically. I mean, I've seen a couple shapeshifting quirks. Usually you either have to have a lot of mass, but there's always some type of drawback. Either having to use blood, human shapeshifting, which is normal shapeshifting, human blood, or, having to look at the person, knowing everything about the person to turn into them, or, I guess, there's a lot of shapeshifting things. But usually there's always a drawback, realistically. Either by stamina or something. Realistically, I worked on all of my drawbacks. The only drawback I have is that every time I use my quirk, let's not talk about it. Anyways, oh look, is that a food place over there? Let's go. I wonder. The only reason I didn't choose Mirio is because he's a little too loyal to Not As you know, he would see some type of version of like Mick Heroes. Why not? It's like a My Hero Academia of McDonald's. Just making this up. A Mick Heroes. Come on. I'll buy you some stuff. Food's on me, Tamaki. I got you. As midway there, something or someone will bump into Deku. But due to the size of this person, Deku wouldn't really feel anything. Huh? Well, I mean, not feel anything, but he would just feel a thump. Just done. Huh? Who's there? Oh, hi. How are you, little one? Oh, snap. Hold up. Yo, Tamaki. As Tamaki would, be already, a bit past Midoriya. Or, Izuku. Tatsuma. He'll be a bit ahead of him. Tamaki, you there? He probably put on his headphones. Hold up, I got you. Flaming pin. Ow, what was that? Tamaki, over here. As Tamaki would run over, pull out my file from my backpack. Sure. Give me the file. Where? E. Can I see your face, little one? Yep. R.I. Eri. Tamaki, I think this is the child Night Eye was, telling us about. Eri. Bring her, to the, to the Mick, heroes. To the Mick heroes over there. As you know, he would hear footsteps. Tamaki, go. He would, push the child or Eri into, Tamaki's arm. As, Tamaki would be pushed by, Tatsuma to, go, my guy, go. Okay, as you know, he starts running to the Mick Heroes. And that is when, hello, hero. Have you seen my daughter anywhere? Daughter? What age would she be exactly? Height, measurements, looks, colors, would there be any specifics? I don't really see anyone come this way, honestly. But I mean, we can send a search warrant, though. As you know, he would describe certain things. Let's see. Unlike normal Deku, this version of him would be very smart when it comes to acting. Well, I gotta keep up this pace until Tamaki can get airy over there. And then I can hopefully let loose a little bit. But he's a little too close now. For comfort. How am I gonna end with this? I don't see anyone, sir. So you said colors? Oh, my daughter, she would have gray hair, red eyes, be out yay tall. Okay. Okay, I wrote it down. I'll help you now. I don't have time for this. As Overhaul would try and, give Deku a handshake without his glove. Instincts are pulling up. You know what? I actually think I saw a girl like that somewhere. I believe a hero in that direction may have done it. As Overhaul would look around, seeing, just very little people around, so he was like, okay, I can get this over with. As the fight would begin between Overhaul and Midoriya, or Tatsuma. In this fight, I guess I don't have to. I guess I can stop acting. Man, that was giving me a headache. Too much anxiety. So, you're Overhaul, right? So you do know who I am. Oh yeah, I know your entire file, guy. Don't worry. I don't plan on killing you, but... yeah, no. Sorry, can't allow you that. As Rampa and, all the other, his lackeys would appear. Okay, now that's just unfair. You're not gonna try to go a 3v1? Come on. Am I really that big of a threat for you? Fine. Soul Place.
Dragon Roar.
As embers of fire would start forming and would shoot towards Overhaul. In a, how do you say, a fiery spiral, if you will. There you go. I think the girl should be a good enough far away. As you know, Miracle would eventually show up and, whole battles for a swing. Good point. I thought my phone would never stop ringing. I called you like 5 times as soon as I saw the girl. You seem like the strongest, so I called you. Come on, let's defeat these three. Midoriya at this time would shoot spirals and flames at Rampa. Overhaul would be distracted by Mario using his phasing quirk. As it would go on, Overhaul would get more impatient. And inevitably go to his Psycho mode. Eventually, after defeating Rampa and the other dude, Overhaul would absorb them. You like monsters? Hey, I thought I was the only one who liked monsters. Mario! I'll give you maybe 5 minutes to exit out this area. What about you? Oh, don't worry, Mirio. I got this, man. He would put, a smile shoulder. Just put a hand on Mirio's shoulder. I got us, man. I got you. Now run. As Midoriya would start transforming, monster versus monster. Of course, Midoriya mainly focus on his speed to try not getting touched by this monster. Oh, come on, come on. I can't beat him without getting closer. My mass is stopping me from getting any closer. And if I go any closer, I can get disintegrated. This is annoying. Think. How do I stop this dude without killing him? Think. Wait, why am I worried about killing him? As you know, inevitably, Not-Eye would show up. It's like, I got you, I can help you. Not-Eye, within a couple minutes, would, still die. Except, overhauls in, his monster form, so yes. A very more cruel death. Okay. First, I know I didn't like the dude, but why you gotta kill him? Man, I gotta stop this dude before he ruins any more parts of the city. I have no choice then. As the purple fire will slowly start turning into sparks. These sparks will start turning into electricity. Zeus. Thunder God roar. As purple lightning will start to be shot out of Deku's mouth in dragon form. Eventually, not vaporizing, but severely damaging Overhaul. Overhaul would figure out he would have to stop this very quickly before it goes any longer. So, with the abilities he would have, he would start, flying or dropping down towards the city to destroy as much and kill as much people as possible. To, give him enough time so someone can shoot a quirk erasing bullet at him. As Midoriya, yes, he would get shot and immediately would start shrinking. Oh, crap. No. That was my mother's quirk. See, I try to be nice and try to be a good person. But every time I'm trying to be nice, I always get these things flipping happening to me. Now I guess I can still use my powers, but I'm gonna be a lot more ruthless. It would be thundering. Fine. You want to take away my quirk from my mother's side? So be it. Deku will put both of his fists together in a Kirishima-like fashion. Wave of the Thunder God. Soul Fire Tsunami. As all wind pressure would start, going into Izuku's mouth. Blasting fire, soul fire everywhere, dramatically decreasing Overhaul's quirk. But at the same time, due to Overhaul able to recreate his body, he would recreate the parts that are losing the quirks. Or, weakening the quirks. That's it. I didn't feel like dying today, but the best of us got a death wish. Okay, let's go. Come on, Bird Brain, let's go. As he would start using his fire in more of a Fire Force-like fashion, using his feet and arms to blast near Overhaul, kicking him and punching him. Come on! Come on! Come on, Slowpoke. Come on, I thought you were stronger than this. What happened to the leader of the Yakuza? This is actually boring me, honestly, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, I lost my quirk, but, I can probably always get it back by reversing the effects of it. As until someone would show up, as, you know, I'll say a couple of his students were in the area and they wanted to help out. Who would be in the area? I'll say maybe, someone who is not a main cast member. I'll say Soji, why not? Soji is like, hey teacher, you okay? Yeah, I never had to waste this much stamina before. This man seems to have, whew. Get out the way, as you know, I'll for one to be, you know, charging at Deku with like a full power just disintegration attack using his arms. Soji, get out the way! Using a fire punch to punch Shoji away. Fuck. Yeah, this is what I get for being a hero. As this will be on the news as well. As everyone from Class 1A and Class 1B, practically all of UA would be seeing that Overhaul. Yeah, Deku had a very big hole in his chest. I didn't want to have to use this ability. You forced my hand, though. As he grabs off Overhaul's face. If I'm dying, you coming with me. Soul Shatter. As purple lightning will start to course through Overhaul's body. As if you ever seen someone being erased from the timeline from the Flash, instead of being, you know, the particles of blue, it'd be the particles of purple. That's practically what's happening to Overhaul. And what's happening? No! As he would slowly but surely die. Inevitably, practically killing Overhaul in the process. Man, it sucks. As with the amount of will this man has in his soul, he would stand up using his fist. This isn't good. So sad. As he would start to fall over, as Shoji and, you know, I'll say a couple of heroes would start, you know, going on Deku with the big three. You three did very well. First, I didn't like any of you, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna die here, I want to be truthful to you all. I didn't like any of you at the beginning, but you all showed me that you all have heroism. I feel very tired now. Dang. I feel like I could have got Midnight's number before I died too. Damn. As Midoriya fall asleep. It has been a year since that occurrence. And someone in the League of Villains has started to reform. Midoriya would be awakened. From what? The abilities of Ares' quirk. Over a time span of years, Midoriya has found a way to reverse the effects. And inevitably found a way to cancel the user's ability if uncontrollable reversible effects would be able to shut off their quirk or have them be able to control their quirk. Inevitably having Eri be able to control her quirk to a certain extent, as she would use her quirk to practically not revive Deku, but reverse some damage due to his stun. Midoriya's or Tatsuma's eyes would open up. And that is where I end this video.